One fateful Saturday morning, an 86-year-old man sitting in his office gets turned into ashes by American and Israeli jets, not hidden in a bunker, not warned. His entire command structure vaporized in minutes. The US and Israel teamed up. It's all based on tricks and big money. Powerful pro-Israel groups poured billions into Trump's hand, like one rich widow who gave $250 million just to shape his decision. Their real aim: rip Iran apart, steal its oil, and smash groups like BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Iran was starting to skip the US dollar and trade directly with China and Russia. That messes with Americans' money power worldwide. Take Nicolas Maduro for example, the man who held on to power in Venezuela for years. In early 2026, the United States didn't just sanction him, they launched a military strike, stormed Caracas, and seized him and his wife in a lightning raid. The US didn't just wait for long negotiation or red tape. In a matter of hours, Maduro was captured and flown out of his own country to face trial in New York. Epstein, that's the trap. Israel's spy agency used blackmail to control Trump, making him follow their orders. Back in the 1990s, they had a plan called Claim Break to break up Middle Eastern countries into weak pieces, like what happened in Iraq and Syria, and now Iran. They sugarcoated it as creative chaos, but it's really about enslaving the world under their rule. CIA and Israeli spies were already inside the protests in Iran. They secretly gave money, tools, and gadgets to some protesters to make the crowd angrier and more violent. And the goal: turn regular Iranian against their own government so it could collapse. What they call regime change. The 2000 bombs and strikes, not just about nuclear weapon. They say it is to stop Iran's nuclear program, but that's mostly a cover story. Remember the time of Saddam Hussein of Iraq, when the American government claimed Iraq possessed weapon of mass destruction, and of course no weapon was ever found, and the country Iraq was never the same after the death of Saddam. Now in Iran, the label is that they have nuclear weapon programs going on. The real target includes oil field and pipeline. After the war, big American and Israeli companies plan to push in, rebuild everything, and make trillions of dollars in profit from the Iran's oil and resources. The manipulation runs deep. Back in 1953, the US and UK secretly overthrew Iran's government just to take control of its oil. Today, it's the same old game, but bigger and smarter. They use heavy sanctions to make life miserable for ordinary Iranians. Hunger, no jobs, price through the roofs. Then they pinpointed that Iran's nuclear program and said, see, they are dangerous, using that as the excuse to attack. Israel has its own nuclear weapon. They never admit it openly, but they scream existential threat every time Iran gets close to even thinking about one. That's pure double standard. They have the bomb, but no one else is allowed to. And the US, they block any real investigation at the United Nations with their veto power. Basically, they act like the world's police and judge at the same time. The Ukraine story gets twisted here too. When Ukraine gave up its nukes in the 1990s, big countries promised to protect it. Russia invaded them anyway. That was in the Budapest. Many people now think if you don't have nukes, you are an easy prey. The US twisted that lesson to keep scaring countries, but really, they want to be the only ones who control nuclear power. Iran gets too close to a bomb. Hit them hard before they can use it to stop bullies from attacking. The real end goal: control all the energies in the world, oil, gas, everything. Crush any country that challenge them. China and Russia are next on the list. They started small proxy war everywhere to keep everyone weak and distracted. And your petrol price in Lagos or Port Harcourt is shooting up right now because they control the oil flow. They own the tap, and when they turn it on, we all pay.